The hero shooter Marvel Rivals is finally at their 4th season after almost a year. That gives us enough time to compare Overwatch 2's rank to Marvel Rivals' ranked. Now, before anyone starts saying I'm biased towards anything, I dedicated 1 week to each game's rank system so I would have the most even opinion when it comes to this video. So let it begin. Competitive hero shooters have came a long way. Back in 2016, Overwatch redefined the genre. Team-based action, hero counters, role queues, stuff like that. And it set the gold standard for ranked play.
And basically stick them onto the wall and do some damage. Well, Sparkle, how can you not die? Oh, yeah.
Flash forward to 2022, Overwatch 2 doubled down, refining the system but also sparking debates about matchmaking, balance, and transparency. Then, in 2024, Marvel Rivals entered the scene. What started as a surprise beta turned into a full-blown contender, bringing the Marvel roster into competitive 6v6 chaos, and introducing its own ranked ladder right out the gate. Now here we are in 2025, 2 heavyweight hero shooters, each with their very different approaches to how ranked works, and today, I'm breaking it down which one is better. First, let's compare how ranks are structured in both games, because that foundation sets expectations for players. In Marvel Rivals, there are 9 main rank tiers: Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Grandmaster, Celestial, Eternity, and One Above All. Except for the top 2 ranks, Eternity and One Above All, each rank is further subdivided into 3 different tiers: Tier 3, Tier 2, and Tier 1. Each subdivision requires a fixed 100 rank points to advance, so you move through 100, 200, to 300 points to go from 3 to 1 to the next rank. At the very top, One Above All is reserved for the top 500 players in the season. Eternity is a point accumulation bracket where you don't subdivide any further. If you've never played the game, that can be very confusing, and honestly, I don't blame you if you are confused. Overwatch 2, on the other hand, uses 9 ranks as well, Bronze through Champion, plus top 500 for the elite leaderboard. Each rank is divided into 5 divisions, Division 5 up to Division 1. Players must go from Division 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to move to the next rank. Overwatch also uses modifiers that affect how much rank progress you earn or lose per match, which is a good thing, don't get me wrong, but it does hold you back when it comes to you just getting absolutely slammed by the other team. Now again, I do not blame you if you are confused, but that's just the basics of how both games' rank systems work. Now, with both my weeks of playing Overwatch and Marvel Rivals, I've had a fun time with both. I say fun like that because the game's matchmaking and how it works is interesting to say the least. I mean, a rank system is only as good as its matchmaking. I think one of Marvel Rivals' strong points when it comes to ranked is just the hero bans. I mean, this normally makes or breaks games. Every game that I'm in normally has, the standard Hulk ban and the Black Panther ban. I don't personally never ban Black Panther, but there's always, just 1 or 2 that's different, and I really like that. It's something I really didn't get out of Overwatch. I always seen Sombra and Symmetra, Zarya, and now Freya? It's just the same thing over and over. It kind of just shows, the balancing issue with that character. I mean, I remember back in the day when Overwatch just was a thing, and Sombra was just, that girl, and now she's just not playable, and I'm just like, how do we fix that character, It's just a balancing issue, and I'm sure Overwatch 2 will figure it out one day, but for now, I understand why she is a permaban. But also, this game has been out for, forever, and she still isn't balanced. Now, back to Marvel Rivals. Some people will die on the hill that the game uses EOMM, Engagement Optimized Matchmaking. That being that the wins or losses are artificially engineered. People say that because, they're hard stuck and they can't get out of it. But honestly, while I was playing Marvel Rivals, I thought I did think that it was a thing for a little bit, and I was just like, I gotta cut this out. It's just a skill issue, and I'll figure it out. And I did figure it out. I hit GM, and I just didn't want to continue further. I maybe could have Celestial. I was just like, okay, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. Now, one thing that I absolutely love about Overwatch 2 is the role queue versus the open queue. In role queue, you queue for a specific role, tank, damage, or support, and you get the rank per role. In open queue, you queue any role and get a universal rank. This helps players all around. If you're a flex and play any role, play open queue. If you're a one-trick Genji, play role queue DPS. It's that easy, and it helps so much. Not to brag or anything, but with my placement rounds as DPS, I made it all the way to Plat 2. I actually don't know if that's good or not. I'm just going to take it as a win because I heard like that one guy, I don't want to say his name, but he was hard stuck Plat. So the fact that I made it to Plat and made it out of Plat is just very comedic. But when it comes to matchmaking out of both games, I think Marvel Rivals has a little bit of a lead. Now, I will say, whenever I was playing Overwatch, because I played Marvel Rivals first, but whenever I played Overwatch for that week, after the second day, I was just kind of like, it feels the same. Every game was so repetitive, and I was just getting bored with it. Now, I know most of that comes from the same bans just every game, but come on, you would think Overwatch by now, after all these years, I think coming up on 10 years, they would have figured out how to fix one character to make them balanced a little bit. Now, one main argument you can make towards Marvel Rivals is that the system is too forgiving. I mean, there are people with really low win rates. I'm talking below 35% that still make relatively high ranks just because they play so much. And that can make it feel like the system doesn't always reflect true skill because performance modifiers and team factors can overshadow individual contribution. And then we have no role queue. I mean, some teams may be held back just because there's too many damage heroes or lack of support. Though the devs argue that role queue would hurt matchmaking times, I think it's just smart if you just add a whole new game mode of ranked for the people that only want to insta-lock DPS, you know? It's just safer and better, and I'd be willing to wait the times. You know, I'm not always playing DPS, I'll tell you that. I'm a support main, I'm no tank, I'm everything, I'm a flex. But I would still love a role queue. In Overwatch 2's rank system, the thing that holds it back the most is the hidden MMR. That, combined with the modifiers, sometimes make rank progression feel unpredictable or just unfair. Now tell me, if you do the best on your team statistically, but you still manage to lose, how are you losing the most ranked points? Like, you can see studies all about it. The people that do the best, they manage to lose the same or more points than their other teammates? Now tell me how that makes any sense. Now it's time for my opinion of which game's rank system is better in the big 2025. Can I get a drum roll? Hello? Let me get the light real fast. How do I say this? Just play both. I mean, they both have an incredibly good rank system. They're both incredibly fun to play. I just feel like we compare these two games way too much. They're two completely different games. One's a first-person shooter, one's a third-person shooter. Come on! Now, I am sorry if you got the wrong impression that I was going to glaze one game or the other, and that's just not who I am. Both games are masterpieces, and the devs are so great. I mean, all we do nowadays is compare, but we never actually sit there and enjoy what we have. And we have two beautifully crafted games that we can both play for free. And with all that being said, I'm going to reach the highest rank in both games. I don't care how long it takes me, but it will all be streamed on twitch.tv/MRFR3Z2.